All right, welcome back to Sooner Surge. Today, have a special guest joining us. Before we get started, make sure you hit subscribe as you keep updated to our latest video. And today we have Danny Okoye, number one recruit out of the state of Oklahoma for the Noah Jaguars. Man, thanks so much, Danny. Appreciate it you joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so obviously national championship last year at Noah. Just kind of tell the viewers how you ended up there at Noah.
Well, it was really COVID that made me take that step. I was in Jinx from like middle school up to freshman year, and 2019 is when COVID really hit really heavy, and all those schools went to distance learning. And so my mom was like, you know what, you might as well just go all the way and go homeschool. So took that route, and we were looking for homeschool teams, and we found Noah, and just went from there.
Yeah, Danny, your coach there calls you a Swiss Army knife. Uh, Comparison with how many positions you played there. I think 8 is what I heard was mentioned. Uh, I know your senior season coming up. Is there an offensive position that you like more than the other? We know that recruiting is going to be defensive and the edge rusher, it looks like. But just talk to us about other positions that you really enjoy playing.
I mean, I was a wide receiver up until high school, so that's always been like my offensive choice. But I'm really open to anything. It doesn't really matter to me as long as it's football.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, I saw the schedule for y'all this year, and your first two games looks like the two teams that beat you last year,
Hmm.
um, with Kiefer and Metro. So, any added stuff for additive incentive for the first two games, I guess.
Yeah, we got some malice there for sure, but I mean, we've seen both of those teams in the off season, and I think we got a pretty good shot this year.
Yeah, Danny, what does the week of a neutral site game look like for you guys? Because it's rare for a high school team to have to travel as far as you guys do at times.
I mean, we usually play at the Broken Arrow Freshman Academy. That's our home field. Well, I guess you could say home field. So that's where we usually have our home games. But neutral site games, it's pretty much wherever we can get a field to play. Um, so, we can travel to Missouri or Arkansas. We traveled to Texas last year. Um,
Wow.
it's kind of, it can be a handful, but it definitely adds to the interest in the game.
Yeah, I saw you guys have Illinois this year as a road game, a neutral site. So how early are you guys going to get there for that?
That's an interesting one because we're not actually playing in Illinois. We're meeting them down in Louisiana.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they're traveling. I think they have like a retreat or something they're doing. So we're traveling down to Louisiana and meeting them there, and then we're going back home and they're staying.
Hey, where does your energy come from, man? All the videos, the film, and everything. You're just so high energy. Same with interviews and stuff. Is that something you've always, as a kid, just been very energetic?
Yeah, that's just my personality, bro. It's how I am. I don't know where it comes from. It's there.
Yeah, what aspect of your game would you say like next year in your senior season that you're looking to improve on the most?
So, I think what really offers is my aggressive playing style, and you can see that in the film. You can see that just in how I play the game. But just getting the techniques and everything down to where it doesn't just. I'm trying to be an elite pass rusher. I'm not just trying to be a pass rusher. So working on the elite technique aspect of the game, not just being able to dominate, is really what I want to work on. I've been working out with Chief Littlehead. He's a guy who's seen a lot of talent, and he knows how to sculpt it correctly, and I think it'll show definitely this season.
Yeah,
You,
Danny, can you tell our viewers a little bit about you reaching out to Coach Chavis to reopen your recruitment with OU?
that was it's not really a long story. You know, OU didn't have too great of a season last year. Um, everybody knows it. No shame to them. It was a new program They had a lot of missing pieces, and you can't really hold it against them. But I didn't really think about it. I wasn't really thinking about it like that at the time. Um, but after talking to a few people, talking to some recruits, finding out what was really going on campus and what Chavis and the rest of the staff was working on, it was pretty easy to tell that the season that they had last year wasn't going to be a normality. It was kind of a strange thing to happen with that coaching staff and with the talent that they have on that team. So I was like, let me not be hasty. Let me just see what they got. And when I went back on campus, they won me back over. So they definitely are in the running for commitment.
Yeah, as you talked about OU and the season they had last year, and how you mentioned that obviously it looked like, I think you said, an anomaly or a fluke. What is it about the staff there at OU that impresses you the most about, especially on the defensive side of the ball?
Just the energy, man, the passion that Brett Venables, that Coach Bates, Coach Chavis, all of them have just for defensive football. Really, it's motivating as an athlete and as a defensive player just to see how much they care about having a suffocating defense, and also scoring points on the offensive side. But just the passion that they have about it is really what made me be like, oh, okay, I see what y'all really about.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently you tweeted out that you have 2 more visits before the season starts. So when are those going to be happening with Bama and OU?
So I leave for Bama tomorrow, and I should be landing on Tuesday. I got a camp. I don't think I'm going to be going to the camp, but I'm probably going to be at their 7-on-7. And then on Friday, Norman is hosting their party at the Palace with some of their other top guys, and I'm going to be at that.
Yeah, so when you're going to the party at the Palace, is there any like aspect about OU that you're looking for the most, as far as like maybe something that you didn't see last time or something that you just want to see more of?
I really just want to compare it to the other places I've seen. It's been kind of a while since I've been there. I think it's been like 3-4 months, and I've been on the road a lot for the past, I'd say, month. So, I've seen other places more than I've seen them. So just getting back to get another fresh look and compare it to other, SEC schools that I've seen would be kind of informative.
Yeah, Danny, you mentioned in an article I read in the Tulsa World about early on in the process just didn't seem real. I think you were talking about the Texas, opportunity and things like that. Now that we're progressing now close to your senior year beginning, is all this becoming more real, or is it still kind of just a moment where it still doesn't feel real?
I just like to think about it like a teenager. It's just another decision. It's same thing as what am I going to eat today? You have this option, you have that option. Which option is better? You just got to choose the best option for you. It's not like I don't like to make it into too big of a deal, and I feel like that's kind of easy since I'm homeschooled. I don't have the 5,000 students in the halls cheering your name or whatever. So it's just me
Yeah.
and my just talking football. I talk with my coach, my friends. I got a lot of friends who have been studying. They're like big college football fans, so they know all the stats, all the history, the legacies, and all that stuff. So I don't really like to say it doesn't. I don't want to say it feels real, but it definitely is more, and it carries more weight to me now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Danny. I kind of laugh sometimes when I see some things and people talk about, well, he plays for Noah, a homeschool team, and it's like, okay, 6'5", what are you, 245 maybe?
Six,
Run a
I have two.
4.6. I mean, it does. Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't matter the competition when you got the intangibles like that and the size. So I think it's kind of funny you see that somewhere, and it's like, okay, put him up against the best guys in the state. I'm pretty sure uh, you'll still dominate. So what do you think about that when people say that?
I already have. I already have gone up against the best guys in the state, and I beat them. That's how I got my offers. I didn't just get my offers from playing against homeschool kids. I went to camps and I did all that other stuff. So, you know, if you think I can't beat you, come up against me and get on the line. That's all I got.
Yeah, love to hear it, Danny. What's your relationship like with the other top defensive line recruits in the country? Is there any conversations about, OU kind of has this power line thing that's going around on social media? Is there any talks about what it would be like if you all went to the same school?
Yeah, I'm in a couple group chats. I'm not gonna throw out too many names, but there's a few top guys in those. You know, talking about the line that all OU is bringing in, the amount of top recruits that they've had commit in the past 2 months has been noticeable. So yeah, I'm definitely in some conversations about that.
Yeah, you talked about dominating, and obviously you have. Can you see it in the guys' eyes across from you when they're lined up? I mean, just the fear factor in them when they're down on the line.
Well, see, I'm a combat fighter. I've been fighting boxing. I've been MMA fighting for the past almost 9 years now. So
Wow.
I already know how to intimidate somebody. On the line, you can usually already tell if somebody's scared or not just by the way they walk up to the line. If somebody's not scared, usually after the first play, I try to make sure they are.
Hey, how'd the thing with you doing a backflip picture on visits? How'd that originate?
Well, I did one at my first OU visit last year, I believe, and it was really Sooner Seven that did it. You know Sooner Seven?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a tournament at Nehice Park in Broken Arrow, and every touchdown I got, I'd do a backflip, and then we won the whole tournament, and I did a backflip, and my 7-on-7 coach was talking to, I can't remember which school it was, but he was like, "Man, you should just do that everywhere you go. It's gonna go viral." And I was like, "All right, bet." I mean, most people haven't seen a guy my size do a full standing backflip and full pads before, so it catches people by surprise, and that's the whole fact there, I guess.
Yeah. So the backflips coming back to Norman this upcoming weekend. Are there any plans about an additional visit to Norman before you start to wrap up your recruitment?
I'm hoping to get at least one game day in because it's like right in my backyard, so it'd be kind of weird if I couldn't. And I'm sure Chavis would be happy to have me.
So do you
That
so
though.
like
Hmm?
as far as like your timeline's concerned, are you gonna take a couple game day visits to a couple places and then that's when you're gonna go ahead and make your decision?
Yeah, that's 100% because I've only seen the school. I haven't seen how they play. All my visits have been in the summer. I want to take at least a couple in the fall just to see if these people can back up what they're talking about.
Yeah, that I always like asking recruits because Venables is kind of known for his it's a controversial policy on his official visit. So, as a recruit, what are your thoughts on uh, Coach Venables' official visit policy?
That's his thing. I can respect it. I see where he's coming from, but I feel like on the recruitment side, you need to see as much as you can, especially if you're going to make that type of a decision. Um, I understand why a coach wouldn't want you to take an official visit here and then go somewhere else right after, but you know, it's the same thing as like take taste testing. That's what I like to think of it as. You taste test here, you taste test there, and then you figure out which taste you like more. So it's each his own. It's different opinions, different ideas.
Hey, I got one non-football related question. So before the game, if you had to pick one song to listen to before each game, which song would it be?
Hmm. Him by Big Scar. Probably that one. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. See, I got a whole playlist though, so I got like it goes and goes and goes and goes because I'm listening to music 2 hours, 3 hours before the game. So
What's
yeah,
your top three artists right now?
top 3 artists right now. I don't know if you'll know them. They're like underground people. But there's D Steez. He's from California, Sacramento. Um, there's Big Scar, and I'm gonna go with Young Boy.
I do not know those, but I'm of course very old compared to these young guys on here. But Danny, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're busy. I know that I know your future's bright. Just well-spoken guy. Love getting to talk to you today and hear about the recruitment process. Best of luck to you guys at NOAA this year. Go win another title, and then best of luck as you finish up the recruiting process. Thanks a lot for joining us, Danny.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, having me, bro.